What's up, money makers? Looking for that next stock to explode or just want to break one down, see its potential? Well, you've ended up in the right place today, my friend. Not only do I break down and analyze stocks, but we also have the right juice over at Banco Billy Discord. Billy and the other coaches, including myself, rip that smoke every day with updates on stocks we are chasing or letting go, flooding the chats and updates with the direction that we think the stock should be or is going to be. I'm John, your host with Just.Scrollin.Trades. Let's get into it. So now we're going to break down CISS. I've already made one video over this. We're actually doing an updated video from a couple requests that a couple people has reached out and requested. And of course, I'm still watching it, and I'm still in CISS. It still hasn't broke until I moved that just a second ago. But until it breaks my resistance down here. See, that was my previous. I know like that should be my secondary. I'm just going to go ahead and set that up real quick now that I noticed that. Awesome. I'm going to make that white to let us know that was our previous bottom. Boom. Now we're going to get here. We know it's going to be our break line. And that's what we don't want to happen. We don't want to lose that. And once we get it lined up with our previous low, move this up real quick. Previous low. There we go. We're going to go ahead and lock that bad boy in there. So now we know where that one's at. This one, it will move as the stock moves, but now we have something, a reference to go by. So let's go down. We're in the 5 minutes right now to see this time frame. Now, if we push it out and we go to the 4 hours, look there. It hasn't even moved much at all. But you see that little hump over it all. And it's come down with a drawback. What do you think is coming next? And then next, and then next, and then next. They have goals. Let's go back down to the 5 minutes. We see here, had this pullback. It was a hard one this morning. Oh, it's still, whoops. I locked it for too soon. Right there. 0.118. That was our last bottom. And now we're growing from it. So now we got to keep growing. So let's look at our numbers. Volume 325, so we're down. So we expected this, a little pullback right now, but it's not taking us below. We're good there. News. Oh, here we go. I dropped this in the Discord just a minute ago. CISS granted a 180-day extension by NASDAQ to regain compliance. CISS Thursday announced that this has been granted as an additional 180-day compliance period or until August 19, 2024 to regain compliance with the minimum of $1 bid price per share requirement as NASDAQ marketplace rule. If any time until August 19th, the bid price of the company's common stock closes at or above $1 per share for the minimum of the 10 consecutive trading days, the company will regain compliance. They only have to do it once. They have until August. They have to do it once. It's February. They're going to be able to knock this out, get it up to that dollar mark, let it trickle back down. We've seen it a million times. Let's go back to a stock real quick. We've seen it a million times. Let's see here. Let's go to the day. It's the same thing, right? Watch this. We get to these. Well, let me go to the 4 hours. It's a little better. We'll put in the 1 day at a range, and then we're going to hit the 4 hours. All right. So this will give you a good example right here. Look at this. It got to the high point. It got to the high point in the stock. And what does it do whenever it hits that? It hits that peak. It's got to trickle back down. They're going to get this stock up to $1, and it's going to trickle back down. Because once they get to that dollar, they got until August to do it. We might not see this until June. It's possible, but what information are they going to give out next? Why did they ask for that extension? What do they know that we don't know? What do they have that they have the confidence that they're going to be able to bust this up to $1, take the money back, expand the company, and make it grow? Capital gain is capital growth. And Look here, we already talked about this gap. We got to figure out if this is a common or a fake gap. I'm starting to think it might be real. Where does that put us at? Let's go ahead and mark it up. That's at 32 cents right there. This one is 36.8. That's our gap up. Well, kind of tells me that that's our next expectation. Once we meet that expectation, what happens every time we see a stock growing fast with that potential gain? Day traders do it the best. They come in, they sink their teeth in, they push and push and push that stock up. Then the big dogs come back, they short. We come back and we're push with all the potential in the world to get to the dollar. And back here, these two mountaintops, I was really hoping for a third, but we didn't get there. And what happened? It went straight down. We got that third, the dip, the shoot. Or is this the long term, where this is a slow growing stock? We've all been in this. We've all been in CISS, but our patience always gets the best of us. The thing about it is, if anything in the prior, look at this in the prior. Look how I got to this point before. Every time, that's what we want. Look at these pumps it gets. Hard pumps. That's what we're going to catch. See that? We're going to catch that pump. We're going to find it. We're going to seek it out. We're going to figure out when it's coming. And we are going to catch that pump. Because think about it. It's going to have, look at this. Look how many pumps it's had to build its way up real quick. Okay. Get people's attention. Bring it back down. Slowly build. Get people's attention. Bring it back down. Slowly build. Small gains. 7-15%. The same thing we say in the Discord every day. Every day. And this is exactly what the big dogs do. I mean, there's a reason for that. They're not looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. You know, they're putting the money where their mouth is, and they're banking on the science behind the stock market. They're banking on their knowledge. Look at this. Look at this hard pump. And look, just like this right here was probably us trying to get our money back. Buying more stock. No. That's not where it is. Look, boom. Hard pump. And we're going to catch these hard pumps. They keep giving out. And they always have. It's been an ongoing thing. You'll see what go up through here. Pump. Oh, they noted. They realized this was working back in the day. Boom. Oh, yeah, it worked. Look at this. Let's do it again. And again. All right, let that mountain rise. They get here. Let's empty the tank and start fresh. Boom. Now we're going to build back and build better. Because now they got all that capital gain off of us over the years. Now they're going to be able to turn right back around with that stock momentum that they have. And they're going to push it right back in here, pump it up hard again, where us, as the shareholders, we're going to be buying in to be able to get that gain. They do this day in, day out, and that's how all these stocks usually end up. You know, another thing I wanted to cover real quick, you go back here. Let's go over our stats. So we know that their 52-week low is 11 cents. Well, it's 1095, right? And we just hit that not too long ago. So we already know that we're in the 52-week low from the previous video. Now we're seeing here that the 52-week high is $20. That gives me a lot of hope. And that tells me that there's a lot of heavy investors in there for them to even get to that $20 range. They have people connected to this. And by reading the financials of the stock and diving in deeper, then you're going to be able to find out that information to see what kind of information is provided and exactly their expectations for the company. If they are in debt to meet that expectation for the company, then they're going to meet what they say. They have to. It's mandatory. For them to have gain and keep gaining, then they have to meet that expectation. You know, we've been watching this happen. We've been watching it play out. And that's what this whole drag, they've been trying to figure out, hey, are we going to be able to get NASDAQ to cover us for another 180 days where we can regain and rebuild our stock? They have gotten that permission, and now it's time to dive in and see what we can come up with. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I'm hanging in there. I'm watching my line I'm staying in tight because I want to know the change. I want to know how far am I willing to go? You know, if you got 1,500 shares in a 10-cent stock right now, how far is it really going to go though? Am I going to meet that expectation, or if I let it go down another 30% to hit that 8 cents, am I willing to lose that 30% if it doesn't gain back? I don't know. I know if it breaks my true resistance from my 3, I have to move my lines back around. They're messed up right there. But if it does break that, my fallout. See, I'm just trying right now. We got to get past our support. Our support's red because we're not past that to make support. But look there. It looks like. See, now we're gaining. So see, that's nothing but potential. This 5-minute window, it's already beating it. So now what does this tell us every time? Now we get to move. We get to make our decisions. We get to do our counts again. We see where we're at. And then we make a logical choice from there. And right now, I'm seeing this. So now, what is this going to do for us? Not only is it going to allow us to bring it up, because we're still not even to our buy-in from down here. But if I get the support to back me, then I can take my buy-in and move it up and make it the resistance. Now we get to climb with the stock. Now we get to climb up the ladder. And when it's time to cash out, friends, it's time to cash out. And we get to all the good money that comes along with it, but we have to follow the rules. We have to keep checking to make sure our numbers are compliant with this. Once our lines are compliant with our numbers, then we know that if it breaks that, it's not a choice of chance. It's a decision. Disciplined trading is a decision based off of information that's provided to you. You're not taking the risk. You're taking the risk out of it. If it cuts here and you're at 3% loss, what is that really costing you? 3%? Or what about the 20% gain that you got off the previous one? Or what if you had consecutively? What if you had a 15% loss, a 7% loss, and then you caught that banger, and then you got a 45% gain? It's not about how much money you win, you lose. It's about the percentage. And once you take the dollar sign out and you make it a numbers game, then the emotions and the feelings leave those decisions. And now you're basing off information, you're basing off the facts, you're sticking to your rules, guidelines that you set for yourself. And that's what we do here every day on Just.Scrollin.Trades with John. And you can find me along with other great coaches over at Banco Billy Discord. If you guys have any other ones you want to go over, I appreciate this one actually came from another guy from the Discord. He had information, but we've been chasing this one. We've been watching it. So, and we're going to keep on, and we're going to make another one. Thanks, guys. Again, have a great day, and we'll see you next time.